It's Friday again, and therefore time for a new video from me. Thank you very much for your interest and your time. As always, I would be happy about a like. Today, I would like to introduce you to a standard zoom for the Contax-Yashica bayonet. It's big, heavy and has an 82mm filter thread. It's the Carl Zeiss 3.3-4, 28-85mm. I use it on my Sony A7 III as well as on the Contax RTS. I want to show you its mechanical and optical qualities. Have fun watching the video. Its technical specifications are impressive, especially when compared to standard zoom lenses from the same era. The Tamron weighs 560 grams, while the Canon lens is the lightest of the three, at 469 grams. The Contax lens weighs much more than the other two lenses, at 735 grams. Here you can see the three lenses in direct size comparison, where I chose the lens setting, where the respective lens is longest. Likewise, the Carl Zeiss 28-85mm has the largest filter diameter of all three lenses at 82mm. And it feels very well finished, even better than the Tamron lens. The Canon seems quite simply finished in comparison. The lens is designed as a push and pull zoom, and changes its length significantly when zooming. At a focal length setting of 28mm, and distance setting to infinity, it is 143.3mm long. At 85mm still 99.7mm. It consists of 16 elements, arranged in 13 groups. The filter diameter is 82mm and rotates when focusing. The aperture clicks in whole steps from f4 to f22. All markings are milled and filled with paint. Here the photographer has a masterpiece of lens construction in hand. Glass and metal, solid, durable, and a real feast for the eyes to boot. The lens offers coupling system for automatic aperture, TTL metering at either full aperture or stop down position, aperture or shutter priority and automatic programs, multimode operation. The focal length adjustment runs as smooth as butter, as does the focusing. It is great fun to use the lens. The mechanical quality of this Carl Zeiss lens is absolutely convincing. But what does it offer in terms of optical performance? I'll show you some unprocessed raw files first. I used my Sony A7 III, which offers a 24 million pixel image sensor. The first three images were each taken with a focal length of 85mm. At open aperture f4, the lens already shows very good performance in the center of the image. Even the edges deliver very good results. Only the extreme edges let up a bit in terms of imaging performance. A very good performance. Stopping down to 5.6 improves the entire image. And from f8 you achieve excellent sharpness performance from corner to corner. Note that I'm showing you 100% and 200% crops on a 5K monitor. A great performance, when you consider the age of this lens. The wide-angle focal length of 28mm offers the weakest imaging performance in the entire focal length range. 4. As an example, landscape shots, where the most consistent sharpness performance from corner to corner is important, you should not use open aperture 3.3. Even at aperture 5.6, the performance would not be sufficient for this task for me. Of course, there are also subjects that are close to the center of the image, and should be isolated from the background. Here I would also use aperture 3.3 or 5.6, because the center of the image exhibits good optical quality. To be clear, this does not mean that you should use this focal length only in exceptional cases. No. Please stop down the lens to f8 or f11 for very good performance. And post-processing can, of course, eliminate some weaknesses as well. This lens provides enough information to the sensor for a very good quality final product, even at 28mm. From f8, vignetting also decreases, which is clearly visible at larger apertures. At f11, the lens delivers the performance I expect from a very good standard zoom at 28mm. The focal lengths of 35 and 50mm are also convincing and deliver excellent quality. Since this lens also delivers excellent image quality at 85mm, I consider it the most versatile standard zoom for the Contax-Yashica bayonet. Feel free to check out more raw files of these two focal lengths, 35 and 50mm. 35mm at open aperture. In the center of the image, the lens already shows very good performance. The image edges are clearly worse. .35mm and f8. Just great for a lens of this age. .50mm focal length, aperture values from 3.3 to 11. The increase in vignetting, due to stopping down, is clearly visible. From f8 it no longer plays a role. At larger apertures I would reduce the vignetting and the image processing. As always, I'll now show you some sample images processed in Lightroom at the end of the video. A lens profile is not available in Lightroom, so any corrections you want to make have to be done manually. Thanks again, and as always I would appreciate a like. Also feel free to leave comments or ask questions. Until the next video.